right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Wholistic Kafe. My name is Mario Panicucci, and I am your host, and this is my co-host, Jill Evers.
Yes, I am that. We're better lit now.
Yeah, we're better lit.
We're blinded by the light, actually. It's like, hello. So what's doing?
So, what's your interest today?
Well, as you know, almost 2 weeks ago, I started a new program, like a month-long cleanse with on the advice of Anthony Williams, also known as the medical medium.
Okay.
And he's become quite a bit famous out there. I don't know, are you familiar with Hay House Publishers?
Oh, of course.
Yeah, like Louise Hay.
Yes, I like Louise Hay.
Yeah, she's pretty cool. And
Dr. Wayne Dyer was on Hay House.
Exactly, yeah. So Hay House published this book called Medical Medium, and it's Anthony Williams' work based on what he has intuited. So he's not a medical practitioner. He doesn't claim to have any medical degrees or special knowledge, but he does have what he considers to be a higher level of spirit that speaks to him and informs him about humanity and our health and what's happening and how to improve our health. So my good friend Tamara told me about this person, Anthony Williams, and I started reading his work, and it just, for me, really resonates with me. Mm-hmm. I tend to be very, very sensitive in my body. My nervous system is highly strung. I react to things that most people don't react to. Like, I can't take a multivitamin. They make me nauseous.
that
I
sounds
know, right? And I can't take enzymes. They make me sick. So I have to figure out my own way of being as healthy as I can be.
Yeah.
And so his diet, Anthony Williams basically recommends all fruits and vegetables as the main foundation of your diet.
Well, what's the proteins?
Well, he feels that proteins that come from those foods are enough. And for somebody like me, that kind of works. Now, I'm not saying it works for everybody.
No, it doesn't work for everybody.
I don't know what's going to work for everybody. But there's, for me so far, in the last 12 days, I have experienced, how much of an addiction I've had to the foods that I
we all have addictions to foods, obviously.
Well, we do, and they have really adverse effects, mainly on the nervous system and the digestive system. And so for me, doing without no dairy, which I love to eat. I love it.
I know you love dairy.
If life could just be macaroni and cheese and ice cream, that's my idea of heaven. But
yeah, well, we all wish that macaroni and cheese didn't hurt us, but it does.
Right, and for me, it really does. But then other things like, I would have this very organic, vegan cocoa energy drink, and it has all these good things in it. But for me, I realized I did it after 3 days without it. I was just going out of my mind. So I said, let me just have it.
But you're not getting any coconut?
Coconut, yes, but
coconut.
not chocolate.
Oh, the chocolate.
The chocolate. So the chocolate apparently, it will stimulate your nervous system to the point of overdrive, depending on who you are. But for me, really,
not even raw cacao.
Even raw cacao.
Really?
Because that's what's in my drink. Now, I'm not saying this is true for everybody. I know for me, when I was without it for 3 days, only on fruits and vegetables, and then I reintroduced a cup of this drink, I couldn't sleep that night.
Okay.
So for me, there's a lot to this.
Or maybe it's, I guess, the caffeine, in it?
The caffeine and the chocolate. The chocolate itself is a stimulant, a nervous system stimulant. So for some people that may work, but for me, I'm already on overdrive. Really depletes the adrenal. So the idea of this diet is to heal the viral load. Now, his other premise of his work is that the basis of most illness, or all illness, is the Epstein-Barr virus. Now, you can take it or leave it. I mean, it's up to you all to feel what you feel about it, but it makes a lot of sense to me. He kind of describes how at different stages of our life, this virus infiltrates the body and waits for different times in our lives of high stress to move up a notch.
Okay.
That, in his opinion, it's the cause of what we term autoimmune diseases, that there's really no such thing.
There really isn't.
Because the body doesn't turn on itself,
no,
right?
It does.
So that's something that you might find that you agree with about this, is that he does not believe in he knows that there's no such thing.
Everything's an autoimmune disease.
Yeah. Well, he feels that the culprit is the Epstein-Barr virus. So, if people out there, if you're listening and you feel moved to do so, you can have it easily screened. You can go for blood testing to see if Epstein-Barr was in your system. But you may already know, if you're a person who has aches and pains and mysterious headaches and migraines, or if your menstrual cycle is really vicious. I mean, there's a lot of signs that shouldn't happen. The body wants to be in balance and be in health, and if it's not, it's usually because there's a pathogen, like a viral load, like an EBV, affecting it.
Yeah, well, there's definitely some truth to that. I mean, I haven't read his book, so I can't make a conscious. Did you finish reading it?
I have. I mean, I keep referring back to it, but I can definitely be without it for a week or so.
All right, well, maybe I'll take it next week.
Okay.
I'll let you get deeper into it.
Okay.
But you've been on it for a week, you said?
I've been on it for 12 days.
12 days.
And I definitely feel a different level of energy.
Well, I always, like, when I do like an all vegetable cleanse with this one system I use, it's called, the company's called Purium, and everything's, it's all organic, it's vegan. So it's like, I'll do that for like a 10 days. It's called a 10-day transformation. I did it multiple times. And it's a cleanse, and like you can have some watermelon, you can have some avocados, like you were talking about.
Yeah.
And those are things you can have to actually eat during this cleanse that I do. And I am always full of energy when I do it.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I am full of energy. It's not like I don't, and there is protein to it.
There is,
because hemp has protein, so
yeah,
so there is vegetable, but there's I know that you can't. The only thing I don't like about it is because the body needs 12 amino acids, and you can't get 12 amino acids from just vegetables. It comes from animal protein. So that's my only thing about not having any animal protein. Like, well, you're a vegetarian, so you would eat eggs. So eggs is an animal protein.
Right, but it can also be highly inflammatory.
I think if you're using, and I know you don't use conventional eggs, you're using organic eggs, right? Right,
but I mean, I guess his point of view is that eggs and animal proteins are inflammatory to the body. And I don't think from what I'm understanding, he's not suggesting a fruit and vegetable diet without seeds, nuts, and certain grains like quinoa or amaranth for the long term, but just to sort of to clean the body out.
Yeah, well, that's what when I do that, it's like 10 days. I usually do 10. I mean, I went up to, you could do it for 3 months if you wanted to, but I did it for, the longest I went was 28 days.
Yeah, well, that's
on just this like shake and
right.
And I mean, I felt great. I didn't have to really worry about food so much. Like, one thing it frees you.
Yeah, it's like,
it frees you
I'm
from
just not eating food. So
it just frees you from like, well, what am I eating today? That that's done. You just like, you have this schedule that you're doing these things, and that's it. Yeah. But what he would do, what he was doing on this on the cleanse that I do is you're taking amino acids. So that's where you're getting protein from the amino acids.
Well, there is a pretty long list of supplements that he recommends. He doesn't recommend that you take all of them, but there are some amino acids in there.
Yeah, see, definitely you need them. If you're going to be on this type of diet, you need amino acids.
Right. So if anybody's interested in this, I would suggest you get the book
and
really read it and read what he's suggesting and find wherever you think you relate to the symptomology that's there for you and in the book that he covers in the book. And for me, I mean, I am feeling better. I feel lighter. I have a lot more clarity in my thinking and.
It definitely works. I'm all for it. I think it works. I just like, just me, myself. I think in my past life I had to be a caveman, so it's just not going away.
Oh, you think?
So I just, me and meats and, like obviously I want to eat cleaner meats. I eat grass fed and I know where my meat's coming from.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't just go to the store and just buy off
No.
without knowing where it's from.
Well, I've never been a caveman.
I know.
I probably.
I don't. I guess you maybe just you didn't skip. You didn't come into life at that point.
I was not around for that stuff.
I was around for caveman times.
Yeah,
so.
no, not me. So this kind of diet really works for me. His approach, his thoughts about illness and healing may resonate with you. So I just wanted to offer that and thank my friend Tamara for pointing me in that direction.
Yeah, thank you, Tamara.
And he's on Hay House Radio. He has a show, Anthony Williams, the medical medium. You can listen to him on Hay House Radio, online radio.
Yeah, online radio.
Which is really a great thing. You can listen to his podcasts from, if you have nothing to
If
do on a
you
snowy
want it,
day.
I think as far as you could listen to it anytime you want. But
Yeah.
I know on the app, I think you have to be a member. I think you have to pay for it. I'm not
I
sure.
don't know. I don't
I don't remember because I used to
know
want to listen
online
to
is
Dr.
free.
Wayne Dyer, and for the app, I think you had to pay for the app, but you could go on their website and just listen to it.
Yes, it's really
Yeah,
good.
you could just, if you want to go on your computer or at home, your laptop, whatever, you could go directly.
Hay House is a great
Hay House
resource.
has a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah, really
a lot of
good.
cool shows.
Just
so.
like we do.
Yeah,
They're almost as cool and popular as we are.
I know. So,
Oh, we wish, right?
I wish. Well, that's what we're always
Right.
shooting for. But with that, so get the book, check it out.
Medical
Medium. All right, and it's Anthony William. All right. So on that note,
Here's to you.
here's to you guys. God bless and happy health. Make 100 healthy.
Okay.
Okay.
Ciao.